The end of Caitriona and Tony McGill's marriage. A shocking scandal. Tony McGill is a man of few words, almost invisible to the media, despite being the husband of global star Caitriona Balfe, star of the series Outlander. They married in secret in 2019, and since then, all information about their marriage has been kept secret like a secret code. But in June 2025, a leaked email from an internal account of the law firm Harper Row LLP sparked a wave of suspicion. Urgent. McGill requests to implement an expedited asset division plan. Priority. Urgent. Number 1 knew what had happened. But to the press, the question was raised, is Hollywood's most peaceful marriage about to implode? The diary that was never published. An anonymous ghostwriter, who was hired to help Caitriona write her memoir, revealed in a podcast that the first draft of the memoir contained a deleted chapter titled, Things I Couldn't Tell Tony. In it, Caitriona describes the terrifying loneliness she felt while living with Tony in their suburban Dublin mansion. He didn't hit me, he didn't betray me, he didn't abandon me, he just wasn't there. And that was the worst punishment I've ever had in my life. The ghostwriter revealed that Tony had asked for the chapter to be deleted from the manuscript. But she kept the original, and each line of it was written like a farewell before the divorce even started. Sam Heughan, The Explosive Edge. In a since-deleted Reddit post by an anonymous user named Jamie is Real77, it reads, Tony asked Caitriona to cut off contact with Sam Heughan after season 6 of Outlander. Cat refused. She said, I'm not leaving someone who knows me better than I know myself just because you're jealous. A week later, the user posted an audio recording of an alleged argument between Cat and Tony. A male voice says, You're living in a role, not real life. I'm real. He's a dream the audience created. A female voice replies, If it's a dream, then why do I wake up next to him in my mind every morning? Chapter 4. The Punch on Stage. The shocking news broke when a photographer captured Tony leaving a play rehearsal at the Gate Theatre in Dublin with a bloody hand and no wedding ring on his finger. Rumors said he had punched a man believed to be Caitriona's publicist, after discovering private emails between Cat and Sam about an unreleased, private project. The aftermath, Tony was hospitalized with a hand injury, and a temporary restraining order was filed in court. Chapter 5. The Media Explosion. On July 14, 2025, the Daily Beacon officially confirmed. Caitriona Balfe and Tony McGill had filed for divorce. However, it was not for irreconcilable differences, as is commonly reported, but for invasion of privacy, emotional distress, and persistent psychological distress. Cat sent a brief statement through her representative. I still cherish the time we had, but I can't live in a glass cage built by fear and expectation. I choose the truth, even if it hurts. Tony was silent. But a mysterious tweet from his secondary account, which was later locked, left a haunting message. She married a shadow. And now, that shadow doesn't want to go away. Chapter 6. The Shocking Statement. A week later, at an event promoting her indie film in Toronto, Caitriona suddenly declared, Outlander is more than a job. It's where I found myself. And sometimes, being who I am is something my marriage can't handle. When asked if her relationship with Sam went beyond colleagues, she just laughed and said, I'm not talking about Sam. I'm talking about a connection that transcends time. The stage showdown. At the Scottish BAFTA Awards, Cat and Tony were both present. In a moment of live television, as Cat took the stage to accept her award for her new role, Tony stood up and left the room just before she was to give her speech. The camera caught his final glance at her, a look not of anger, but of desperate surrender. The return of Alone. 2 months after her divorce, Caitriona appeared on the cover of Vogue UK, with the headline, Becoming yourself, even if it means losing everything. In the article, she said, "I didn't lose everything, I just lost what I was no longer a part of. I still had what I needed: freedom, creativity, and connections that time could not sever." And Tony, "I believe he will be happy, no longer having to live in fear of the woman he married being an actress, but loving the role." Quote,